And we are back. Let's see if we can create another great life together. It's funny, I initially started off this whole doing lives idea, and the premise was I wasn't gonna keep these up. Like I wanted to create like this special moment, like a club, like you have to be present, you have to be there to have seen it. But then you guys asked me some really good questions, and I love the interaction, and you brought the best out of me in these lives. So now I'm like, I did two, and I kept two up because a lot of people are watching these later on. So if you're in here right now, if you're watching this live, this is your opportunity to contribute to something that's going to be watched by literally thousands of people. So, Mike Davis, man, you look better than ever. Hey, that's one way to start. What do you mean when you say that? Because I've had a few people comment that recently. Um, that seems to be a reoccurring comment. People telling me I look better than ever. Are you talking about the physique? Are you talking about the face? Like, I don't know. It's funny because like just this past week, I've had like five people tell me that. So, how old am I? I am 36 years old and soon to be 37 on May 6th. So, to be very not humble, honestly, I look younger and better than all of my peers who never had cancer. Like, honestly, it's astounding how shitty the average 37-year-old looks. People do not take care of themselves, people have bad diets, and I joke with people all the time. I tell them, like, how the hell did I have two cancers, a bone marrow transplant, 6 rounds, 10 months of chemo, and somehow, some way, I look better. Mike Davis, I meant as far as your physique. Thank you, man. But I always thought your face looked cool, honestly. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'll give you guys, speaking on the face, I'll give you a little story to start off this live. Mm, as you guys know, I waited 36 years to get my first tattoo, and this is my first tattoo. And um, I know it's not a big tattoo, whatever, but I love this tattoo. Like I'm so happy I got it, and so now I'm already planning my second tattoo. And because you're talking about my face being cool, so for a minute I was really serious about. Okay, so context: Star Wars, Darth Vader, right? I feel like Darth Vader is like my spirit animal. And I know this sounds corny as hell, I get it, but I can only share my reality and my thoughts. So I always looked at Darth Vader like he is this broken man on the inside of the suit, right? He's literally like he no longer has his legs, doesn't have his arms. He's like a heavily mutilated, creature inside. But then because of the darkness, because of his anger, because of his revenge, his lust for revenge on life, he becomes this super powerful Sith Lord. And you can make fun of that, but that's how I feel, man. Like a lot of my recovery, a lot of my bounce back process after my cancer and to this day comes from a dark place, comes from anger. Like when I'm in the gym I to a dark space every single time. And even outside of the gym, like I have a lot of anger and a lot of pain inside of me. And very often I'll like the physique I've built naturally, by the way, is a direct result of that anger. Like I've poured that anger and that hate and that resentment and that fury into this mold of bodybuilding, of fitness, and that's why I look the way I look. I 100% believe I would never have been able to reach this physique had I been a happy chap who never got cancer. Like, this is pain. This is like, So I say a lot to say I relate to Darth Vader. And so for a couple of weeks, I was really planning on getting a Darth Vader tattoo on my leg. Um, but then I thought about it, I thought about it. And so I would get the tattoo where it's like the scene in Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan show where his like mask gets split in two. So one half is the mask and the other half is the heavily scarred face, which is how I feel. Like I feel like I'm a heavily scarred person outside and inside. And so I really thought about getting that. But then I was like, you know what? It's gonna put me in this category of extreme Star Wars fans who make their whole identity and their whole life about Star Wars, and I'm not that. Obviously, I love Star Wars. I've read a lot of the books, for example, but I'm not at that level where it's like I want to walk around with like a fictional character on my leg. So I decided in the end not to go for it. But for a second, I was really considering that. I'll change my mind, man. Good to see you too, Marty. How can I be happy alone? That's a profound question. I would say get a routine, man. Like I can give you a super long-winded answer that I'm gonna say start with a routine. Because the hardest part about being alone is being alone with your thoughts and just sitting around and just being like in your own head the whole day. That's when you go crazy. So you need to offset that by incorporating like the worst thing you can do when you're living alone or spending time alone is waking up and not having a goal first thing in the morning. Like people get depressed when they wake up and there's like, what do I do today? I don't know. Like that's the worst. Just kind of sitting on the side of the bed, like hunched over, scrolling your phone. Like that's the worst. You need to avoid that at all costs. Um, and the way to do that is honestly is by having a goal first thing in the morning. So that's why I'm a strong advocate for hitting the gym first thing in the morning, and then the rest of the day kind of naturally progresses. But you just want to make sure that you have a goal in the morning, that you don't just roll out of bed, go into the sofa, scroll your phone. Like that's the worst. Like you can compare your day, compare that to a workout. It's like I always say the first exercise in a gym workout will also dictate the whole workout. If you start off and you're just like half-assing it, you're doing like this, you're going through the motion, your workout's already cooked. You're done. It's gonna be trash. Like you need to hit it with intensity. You need to get in there and bomb thirst. That's the rule in life. Bomb thirst always. So the same as your day. You look just like your father. Yeah, I know. Shout out to dad. I know. You need to use anger sign on high testosterone to reach your goal. Not sure what you mean, but I guess I know what you mean. Um, Always appreciate the stories behind how our appearances are influenced and shaped by I don't know. Didn't finish the sentence. By the way, the ads make you cut off mid sentence. I don't control the ads. The ads is like YouTube inserting them, so I'm sorry for that. But unless everybody starts donating like I'm gonna put ads on it. I didn't pick the most aggressive. You can pick like you can be like like a lot of ads, medium and like none, and I picked medium. But obviously the idea is that I at least make a couple of dollars off these lives. Like I am spending a lot of time and energy on these. That being said, if you don't have any money to donate, totally get it. I would love for you to give me a like. Doesn't cost you a thing. It doesn't require you to do anything but hit that thing, and it helps me a lot. Now, if you do have a dollar to spare, that would be awesome. You get the dollar sign below the chat box and donate to the channel. Um, Dude, you are one of the OGs in YouTube fitness. I've been watching you on and off since you were named Big Boy Benzo. Never understood why you haven't blown up and getting a million subs considering. Bro, I appreciate you, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't put myself in the OG fitness realm. To me, OG fitness is like Nick Wright. I would say Jeff Sides. What's that guy's name? Man, Yuki Lovato. Those are like OG fitness. Um, I can answer that, but I'll take the compliment, man. And the thing is, man, I want this channel to be like I truly believe this channel is gonna still like get a million subs one day. Like I'm a firm believer in the turtle wins the race. Like I've seen so many YouTubers come and go, and they fall in love with with like they flare out, And my thing is, I'm a big believer in consistency winning the race. The same with the physique. I'm about to be 37, and now everybody's telling me like, dude, you look amazing, and it's like all throughout my 20s, I promise you, I had the piss poorest physique out of all of my gym buddies. Like I was by far, like I just, I wasn't particularly big, I wasn't lean, I just was like kind of mid. But while other dudes that were 28 looked incredible, and I was just like, all right, if I just don't stop. And I promise you, like every single one of my peers back then that used to look amazing, either they all stopped or they just fell off and they look like shit now. Especially the ones that hopped on juice. Like people that started using steroids and stuff, they always fall off. So yeah, let this be, if you're a natural lifter, you're gonna look best in your mid 30s. So I'm enjoying the hell out of it, obviously. Um, you are very consistent with video uploads, plus your content is pretty good. Thank you, man. And I'm about to be more consistent. Like this whole month of April, I'm gonna upload a piece of content every day. Whether that's like yesterday, it was just a short, but at least it's a short. Today it's alive. Tomorrow I plan on posting a vlog. Like April, I'm getting after it. Like I'm super locked in. I enjoyed our travels, but honestly, I got bored. I get bored traveling, man, because it's like to me, the world and all these countries, it's all just places and faces and traffic and buildings and parks and people trying to get home and people trying to get back to their families and people trying to, paddle up Shit's Creek and try to get a better life. That's kind of what it is. Whether you're in China, South America, Europe, like it's all the same concept. It's just like a different packaging, like called culture. But I get bored. Like when I travel, for me, travel is way less about the local culture than it is about me being alone with my thoughts and being able to really figure stuff out. And when I was traveling, I was like, man, my passion is YouTube, and that's when I came up with the idea to get back into the streaming game and to get back into like talking to you guys directly. I live through this channel, like I can't stress that enough. So yeah, man. A lot of successful men in history had gotten success when they used their anger and trauma to reach their goal in life. It can be a big boost. Yeah, I've talked about that. I'm a firm believer in people that win early in life will lose later on. And people like you want to lose early in life. You want to be the nerd in high school. You want to be the guy that get no girls. You want to be the fat girl who everybody overlooks. Because those are the people that are going to have a chip on their shoulder and that are going to understand early and learn the lesson early that in life nothing is given to you and you're going to have to work your ass off to get ahead. All the prom queens, the prom kings, the high school QBs, quarterbacks, all the popular kids, all they've ever known in their life was like, good things are happening to me just by design. And they think they're doing something right. They're not, they're just because they're good at throwing the ball or they're good looking when they're young. But so then in their 20s, all of a sudden, like they're not that good looking anymore. Their talent is not that special anymore. and now they're competing with people that had an actual chip on their shoulder. Now they're competing with people that were dorks and nerds and losers and got bullied in high school, who are now in their 20s like, fuck this shit. You just watch, you know? So I always say that you want to lose early in life. Lose early, win later. Um, my guess would be that your videos are too deep for the average 15-year-old watcher, YouTube watcher, to understand. Trying to get some light going. Um, yeah, man. Like, I guess the thing is, if I look at my demographic, it's not a lot of it. It's all like my main demographic is between 20 and 38. So I don't really get teenagers, which makes sense. Um, Honestly, I think there's a channel. I don't think it's because my content is too deep or too complex. Because there's a channel that I used to love. It's called Dry Creek Wrangler School, and it's basically this like super old school American cowboy dude, and just like smoking a pipe and being a philosopher. And he gets millions of views, and it's just him also just like sitting down and talking, about whatever. So the audience is there. I think it's a matter of YouTube and the algorithm putting me in a position to succeed. Um, and that's the plan for April, man. Just throw so much content out there that YouTube has no choice but to promote some of my videos. Like the last time, it's all about the algorithm really picking it up and pushing it. Last time that happened, there was my video called "Nobody Wants to Go Out with Me," and that video got like more than 100,000 views. It made me gain like 4,000 subscribers in like 2 months. It was incredible. But that's it. YouTube has to push other stuff. Like I always say, like you could literally make a video talking about the cure for AIDS or cancer, right? Um, it's not gonna matter if the algorithm doesn't pick up on it. Like it's just and the algorithm, the ways of the algorithm are hard to figure out. And I don't even want to like play around too much with it or try to manipulate it. I'm just like, you know what? If it's good enough, at some point it's gonna get picked up. So that's what I'm doing. Um, the videos are too deep for most people. Well, yeah, what I just said is fine. It's okay. I believe like cream will rise to the top always. So I'm good with that. Don't peak early. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you believe in semen retention benefits? What's up, Ben with an N? Hey guys, can you hit the thumb if you like? That would be dope. We got 17 people, so we need at least 17 thumbs. Doesn't cost a thing, and it does help the channel a lot. Or if you really want to help the channel, you can hit the dollar sign and make a donation. That would be just $1, man. It would be great. So my idea of my view on semen retention, I'm not digging those things, man. Those things for me are very gimmicky. Like the thing is, I think people focus on okay, what are the benefits of semen retention? Well, if you're good at semen retention, you're probably gonna stop masturbating, right? And you're gonna probably a lot of people masturbate with porn. So I feel like a lot of those benefits will actually come from you no longer watching porn. Like porn drain is a real thing, it messes you up. Also, it just will make you less of an addict because porn is already addicted. So like I feel like people talk about semen retention and they ascribe the benefits to that, but I think it goes deeper than that. Um, like if you want to like practice, some type of self discipline and all that, like you can do it. But I'm not gonna sit here and be a strong advocate of seeking their attention or tell you that's good. Like I don't believe that's going to make your life better. It's kind of the same, like not on the grand scheme of things. It's the same as Jordan Peterson talking about, oh, you gotta make your bed in the morning, or like it's like not really. But I get it though. He's trying to establish like healthy habits and stuff. So that's really the deeper point. Mike Davis. I just shared with 30 people. I tell everyone about you. Mike, You are a god. Man, I appreciate you. That means a lot, man. That really means a lot. I really appreciate that. And those things like make a big impact on YouTube channels. So I really appreciate you. Yeah, fitness freak, semen retention is a scam clickbait. Yeah, I mean, it's people love the quick fix, man. People love like, oh, it's like do this, do it, do that. That's the solution. It's like it's the same in the gym. That's why like people take steroids and people love gym fads because they're just looking for a shortcut. Like life is kind of basic, man. It's kind of simple. Like you need to eat healthy, you need to exercise, period. You need to apply yourself and have a goal and a purpose. If that purpose is tied into community and helping others, it's going to make you even more happy. Like that's super real. Hence me doing this, and hence me getting so much satisfaction out of this. Um, and then like you're gonna have a good life, the same way like people get so upset. That's why I don't like the whole pickup artist community. Like are so focused on how to pick up girls. It's like, dude, if you have interest, if you're a solid dude, if you're like, if you're focused on things besides just getting laid, like when they're gonna pick up on that, they're gonna like you. Like it's gonna come by itself. It really does. Have you finally found a girlfriend? Wow, damn, that finally makes me feel some type of way, dog. Like I was just talking about not living for that, and I just want to be clear. When I talk about that in my videos, I understand I'm a romantic. I like to explore romantic concepts and talk about the quest for love. Yes, that's the thing. But please don't think I'm walking around here just thinking about that all day. Like that's not really, the case. It's a part of my day, but that's not like my goal in life is not to find a girlfriend. Like if that makes sense. But I will say, now that you mention it, honestly, it's funny, man. Like with me, it's always like either I am dead in the motherfucking water and I have zero motion, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like the fuck? Like what's wrong with me? That's when I start obsessing about my scars. That's when I start being like, I'm cooked. I look like Frankenstein. I'm done. Like my self esteem drops. Like all that stuff. And I'm a big believer. Then I'm just like, all right, you know what? I'm not in the mood. I'm not in that zone right now. I don't have a lot of self love, and so that's when I always tell myself, stay down until you come up. Stay down until you come up. The come up is coming, but it's gonna take a while. So get comfortable at the bottom. Get comfortable scraping the bottom. All right. Get comfortable sleeping on a rock bottom. Be one with the bottom, be one with the darkness. In the dark we grow, in the dark we plot, in the dark we improve, we plan. In the dark we prepare ourselves for the day when life puts us in a position to be happy again. What does that mean? Get fucking jacked, first of all. Like, make sure that, like, when you're not, you're depressed, put on sad songs, listen to some Whitney Houston, take some pre workout, and go hit the gym and let your pain fuel your sets. So, yeah, okay, I'm still sad. I'm still depressed. I'm still feeling like shit, but at least I got big ass shoulders. At least I got big ass arms. Now, guess what? I'm staying down until the come up comes. And when I see that crack, when I just need a crack of like light. It's like, oh, I see something. I think the come up is near. And then, as I've been plotting, as I've been planning, as I've been putting myself in a position to win, all of a sudden, voila, the come up appears. And now I'm ready. Now I'm ready for the come up. And so, one of my next videos I'll be posting, actually, I'll talk about that more in detail. But yes, the come up it has officially arrived. And so I just met some amazing girl the other day, but then it's funny, like the minute I do, then I'll meet someone else and I'll meet someone else. And I'm not even talking about dating. I'm literally just talking about natural organic interactions. But when it rains, it pours. And it goes both ways. The same way I love the saying, this too shall pass, both the good and bad. So it's like either I'm down and out like Vegeta on the floor, like, uh, uh, Frieza, or I'm Goku going Super Saiyan 2, and I'm just like, I'm running this shit. Now, the main thing for me that I learned is that when I'm on top, like last year, this time, I was flying high. I was dating this wonderful, beautiful girl. I had a ton of friends. I still have my friends, but it's like I remember I threw my birthday party and it was insane. It was like 60 people just for me. Not to make it too, whatever, but it was a lot of beautiful people there. And I just remember like, like, damn, dude, I'm the shit. And I got ahead of myself. I started taking it for granted. I was like Icarus flying too close to the sun. And then it all came tumbling down, and my whole reality imploded. And next thing I know, I'm sitting on the couch smoking weed, listening to the XX, making videos talking about listening to the XX, depressed and heartbroken. Like, how the hell did this happen? And it took me like a solid 6 months to bounce back from that. It really did. You guys, if you're following the channel, you know what I'm talking about. Like, that really happened, all right? And so now I'm back in a position where I worked even more on myself. I look even better physically. I'm doing even better professionally. And now think I'm getting a lot of motion again. All of a sudden, the universe is shining its algorithm, if you will, on me again, and is like, "Hey, let's give you, let's put you back in the game." And so now I'm like, this time I'm gonna be humble. I'm not gonna take it for granted. I'm not gonna self sabotage and do that thing where when I meet somebody that I find very interesting, very attractive, very intelligent, I'm not gonna do that thing where I'm gonna tell myself, something must be wrong with her because she likes me. You know what I'm talking about? That whole like you start tearing them down because you can't imagine that somebody could actually love you. That's the most toxic type of shit you can be on. But that's exactly what happened last time. So now I'm like, I find myself again getting a lot of female attention on the street, in the gym. People are like, I'm like a magnet. I can feel it. It's real. I'm right now. I'm riding very high, but I learned from my mistakes, and that's where the dark helped me, and that's where the bottom comes in. I was at the bottom, figuring out like, how did this happen? How did I end up tumbling down, and now I'm like literally like down here? I feel like nobody loves me. Like, but I took notes. The darkness is a good teacher. Depression is a good teacher. It teaches you. So now I'm back. A year has passed and I'm a little bit wiser. I'm not gonna make that same mistake again. I'm not gonna get cocky. All right. Guys, if you like this live, please hit the thumb up. We got 26 people in here, so we can get at least 6 more likes. A like doesn't cost a thing. It doesn't cost you anything. So there's no excuse. If you like the channel, if you like the content, you should hit the thumb. Now, if you really like the content and you have money to spare, you can hit the $ below the chat box and make a donation to the channel. And the more money I make off it is, the more I'm gonna give you guys, the more I'm gonna be motivated. It's just keeping it real. That's how this thing works. So yeah, that was my answer to have you finally found a girlfriend. Done like that finally, dog. Don't hit you with the finally. I really look up to you. Thank you, man. Do you have a dog? I do not. Ladies love a guy walking a dog in the park. Yeah, I mean, okay, I love dogs. I would never get a dog to get a girl. That's lame as hell to me. Like, I'm not rocking with that. I appreciate the and I know, but I'm not into that stuff. I'm not into gimmicks to get like yeah. I don't like that. I don't like manipulating situations to impress women or to be like make yourself look a certain way. Like fuck that shit. Andy, training question. I like training questions. I'm 45, chest, triceps day, lats, biceps, shoulder, traps, legs, abs, cardio, running. Went out for a simple walk and pulled a muscle in my back. What's the worst training injury you had? Bro, first of all, salute to you for being so active. I love that. I literally messed up my arm yesterday. Like this arm right here, dude. I have a forearm strain. I hope it's a strain and not a tear, but it's killing me. So I tried to hit chest today. I was able to some extent, but it's like at night, it's just like horrible pain, and I had a really high threshold for pain, so that's not good. Um, yeah, I would say the worst injury I had though was like my shoulder, because then you can't do anything. I remember at some point I was like, it's never gonna get better, but then it finally did. So I'm going to Mexico City next month from the UK. Is it dangerous? No, it's not, man. It's perfectly fine. Just stay your ass in the Roma Norte and Condesa and Juarez, and you'll be just fine. DX represent. DX stand up. Hmm. I was kidding about the wife thing. Do you like Metallica? Yeah, man, I love Metallica. So I'm a big hip hop fan. I listen to a lot of hip hop. I used to rap, for those who don't know. Um, but my big brother, who's 3 years older than me, he was a big metalhead as a teenager. So I grew up on Metallica, Iron Maiden, King Diamond, Sepultura, Megadeth, Cradle of Filth, Nirvana. So I love metal. I don't listen to metal like a lot, but there's like certain songs. The song that I put on the short, "Fade to Black" by Metallica. The first part is amazing. The second part is like top three all time. Like the instrumental guitar solo is like, if you want to hear what a emotional and sad guitar solo sounds like, listen to the second part of Fade to Black. It's just like "Tum, tum, 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 tum." It's like some type of melancholic vibe. It's like it says so much without saying words. It's incredible. Um, hey, Sepultura is one of my favorites. Yeah, Max Cavalera, man. He did another group called Soulfly. Do you like Acid Bath? Never heard of them. You've got some samurai philosophy going on. Have you seen the movie Ghost Dog? Yeah, I think I have. Isn't that the movie about the guy that like kills everybody? I think I actually have seen that movie. I had a couple of years that I was like obsessed with the Wu Tang Clan, so I bought the book. It's called the Wu Tang Manual, and I got basically I ended up ordering on eBay all the kung fu movies that the RZA used to use for his samples in the Wu Tang music, because he was very sample heavy as a producer, and so he got a lot of those from like old kung fu flicks. So like the House of Seven, House of Flying Daggers and stuff like that. So I was really into that for a while, and I think Ghost Dog is one of the like somehow I don't know it was connected to that genre. Wu Tang does the soundtrack and Riz is in the film. Many quotes from the Hagu Kare, Hagu Kare. Yeah, yeah, man. It's been a long time. I don't watch movies. Like it's weird because I like movies, but I don't really watch them. Um, I'm just like I'm a big NBA fan, so I watch a lot of the NBA, especially now that it's heating up and the playoffs are close. Um, I never really feel like I have a moment in time where I'm like, I'm gonna sit down now and watch a movie. But then every time I do enjoy it, and I can really appreciate the meditative aspects of it, the benefits of it, like just like sitting down and focusing on one thing. So I do really like. Uh, I like it. I should watch it more. I've been hearing a lot of good things about White Lotus. Apparently, there's a lot of hype about White Lotus. I haven't checked it out. I did like Succession a lot. That's the last show I watched. One thing I don't like about White Lotus, even though I haven't seen it. So yesterday I saw a meme, not a meme. Someone posted a screenshot basically of like a dialogue of White Lotus, and this girl is like she's like amor fati, and she's talking about this fucking thing that I have had. I'm like, fuck, like, no, I don't want that to be mainstream. Like, I got this because I got into Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius, Friedrich Nietzsche, like, and this is my original idea, and I hadn't seen anyone with this type of tattoo on their shoulder, so I'm like, somebody sent me that, and I'm like, fuck, I hope it doesn't become a thing now, where people start tattooing a Marthati on their body. That would suck. Yeah, I don't want to look like I'm a White Lotus fanboy either. Like, I was first. Why is nobody hitting the like button? Hey, man. I don't know. I don't know. I agree. It's like, I don't want to nag about it too much. I've already mentioned it, but it's like, yeah, that's the least you can do. Do you like beer? Yeah, I like beer. I'm not a big alcohol guy anymore. It's just I just don't like what it does to me. Um, but I will like I love Modelo. Like a good cold Modelo Especial, the Blanc Modelo is like so good. Or a good Corona. It's ironic because I'm Belgian, but I really like the Mexican beer. I really like. I know Corona is not considered a good beer, but and the thing about Belgian beers is they're very good, but they're so heavy and they have so many ingredients that they really do kind of mess you up. They like the next day, especially if you're very in tune with your body and fitness and health and nutrition, and you're trying to have a healthy, lean diet, and then you drink a couple of those heavy beers, the next day you're just a zombie, like it destroys you. So yeah. So I don't drink a lot. Right now also I'm not drinking really. I'm trying basically not to drink the whole litro. That's kind of the idea here. To just really lock in on my physique, take it to the next level. I liked your Arnold story video from a while back. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Arnold, man. Yeah, that was a trip. That was kind of crazy to run into one of the five most famous people in the world. Because I really like I truly believe he is one of the five most famous. Like, I don't think you can give me five people right now alive that are more famous than Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm talking globally. Like, you could be like, oh, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's not top five. He's really big in Latin America. He's kind of big in the US. No one knows, no one in China, no one in Russia, no one even in Europe. People don't really know who he is. I feel like Arnold is just like a global thing. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, well, I was gonna say top three, but that's maybe pushing it. So, if you ask me, right, this is a fun little game. Who are the five most globally famous people that are still alive in the world? I would say Arnold Schwarzenegger. I would say Obama. I would say Putin, just because people know who he is. I would say Donald Trump. I'm trying to think who else, and then maybe like Tom Cruise. I don't know. Maybe that's crazy. I don't know. Um, UK sales are fat, but so fattening the many carbs. UK ales, not that. You mean, yeah. Walt Disney. Hell, what, bro? Walt Disney is not top 100, dog. No one cares about Walt Disney. No, like he's not a factor. I'm sorry. Like, come on. You could pull up a picture of Walt Disney right now. You'd be like, who the hell is that? Like Elon Musk, I guess. Yeah, Mike Davis. By the way, there have been a few people on the opiate recovery subreddit that say you helped them too, and I told them about you. Really? That's crazy. You're actually the reason I got up and walked to the gym when I got clean. Dude, wow. Damn. Dropping this on me, huh? That's so crazy. I had no idea I was even a thing on Reddit and people are talking about me. So you telling me this is absolutely amazing, man. Um, Shout out to you for getting clean, man. I'm so proud of you. That's amazing. And for you to come in here and share that with me, that's what I do it for, man. That's what this whole thing is about. I appreciate you, Mike. I really do, dog. Michael Jackson's dead. I said dead. I said alive. Yeah, man. That's incredible. That's incredible, man. Like, I don't even know what to say right now. Like, this YouTube thing is such a powerful tool. Like it just every video I make, like I've said this before, right? I consider it to be like a message in a digital bottle, you know, and you just throw it in the sea, in the ocean, and every video I make, I capture a moment in time of how I'm thinking, my philosophy, where I'm at right now. And because of YouTube, I'm able to bottle that up and just throw it in the ocean, you know, for one day for someone to come across that and maybe potentially extract value from that. Like, what is more cool than that, guys? Like, this is the ultimate, you know. The only thing I worry about with YouTube is so I'm not gonna lie, I don't save my videos. All my videos because it's too many. Like I don't want to be keep paying for cloud storage, you know, all these gigs. And so I all my videos are on YouTube. So what I'm saying is if for whatever reason one day YouTube decides to delete my channel, delete my videos, like my life's work would be gone. That's real. That's like, you know, and I know there's an easy fix for that. I could literally just save my videos privately, but I'm just like, ah. So, you know, here's to hoping that never happens. Charlie Chaplin was the first person who had massive international fame. Now many people don't even know who he is. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's ages ago. Makes sense. Makes sense. Bro, you inspired me. I'm from Brazil. I had a lot of health problems in the past. Now I'm traveling the world and enjoying the adventure of life. Just a reminder to stay strong, bro. I love you. Alexander Espejo, I love you, dog. Obrigado, obrigado. That's incredible, man. I'm so happy I was able to plant that seed. So proud of you, dog. That's amazing. I think you should have way more subscribers. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. It'll come. Cream always rises to the top. It will come. By the way, guys, I am still taking on new clients for my coaching program. So if that is something that you're interested in, that is my email right there, lorenz.reese@gmail.com. Also, if you want to make a donation to my PayPal, that is the same PayPal ID that I use. So you can send over money to my PayPal. That way, YouTube doesn't tax it when you can also use the donation button if you prefer that, the dollar sign below the chat box. Send over a dollar, buy me a coffee. That would be great. And of course, if you don't feel like spending money on me, totally get it. You can hit that thumb. And that thumb goes a long way. 60K subs this year. Yeah, man, that would be good. I mean, that would only be like 2K in the next like 7 months. So it's not even that ambitious, but fuck it. All right, guys, we're 43 minutes in. Damn, time flies. Hit me with some more really good questions. I would love to end this with a bang. Yeah, man, Coke Zero. That is my beverage of choice. Like I feel like they nailed it with the Coke Zero taste. And I don't like light. I don't like Coca-Cola Light. I hate regular Coke. It tastes like syrup. It's way too sweet. Coke Zero with big ice cubes is the goat soda for me. Um, of course, it's not that healthy, but it's also not that unhealthy. It's okay. Like it's fine. It's not gonna kill you. Of course, with ice, my friend. All right, guys, give me a hard hitting question. Hit me with a personal question. Don't be shy. Throw me off. Try to say something like ask me something that you would normally not ask a person. Like test my willingness to share. Test my willingness to open up. You might be surprised. And then we can end this live with a bang. As a Belgian, do you have dreams about Jan de Cler? Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah, I never, he never crosses my mind. I forgot he existed until you brought him up 2 days ago. So, has he competed in bodybuilding? You're the second person asking that today. I have not, and I don't think it's gonna happen. Um, like honestly, I think I'm too tall. You know how people buy clothing with vertical stripes and lines on them to appear thinner? Like that's real. So also when it comes to bodybuilding, if you're tall, you're basically a line and the line looks thinner. Like you need an insane amount of muscle to look jacked on stage if you're as tall as me. I'm 6'4". That's 1 meter 94 centimeters. Like I know it sounds like an excuse, but it's just like, yeah, you're like if you want to do competitive bodybuilding, you want to be like 6 foot, 5'9", 5'10". That's like ideal. What's up, Ara? How you doing? So yeah, I have not competed, and I likely will not compete. Also, my legs, I had a bunch of amputation on my legs. I lost half my quads on both sides. It's funny. I posted that short yesterday, me training arms, and then somebody's like, your legs. I'm like, bro, at least like know the backstory. Like, I was in a wheelchair. I've actually literally quadrupled the size of my legs in the past 5 years. Like, I'm the body part I'm actually the most proud of is my legs because I literally used to be a cripple in a wheelchair like this. So like me having the legs I have now, I'm super happy with them. So and it took me a very long time and some very painful sets and reps to develop them. So hell yeah. Hmm. All right, guys. Last questions. Hit me with it. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. Don't hold back. This is live and direct. And the better the question you ask, the cooler it is for the people watching this later to get back to it. And like we're collaborating together to make the best possible video for everybody who's going to watch this later on. By the way, to the people who are watching this later on, if somebody is watching this and is like, hey, I wanted to make a donation, but I can't because, it's no longer live, you can hit me up. You can send money to my PayPal. So this is my PayPal right here, lorenz.reese@gmail.com. Just putting that out there. More than welcome if you find value in the content. Yeah, man, that's it. Any more questions? The time is now. Have you ever tried any psychedelics? That's a good one. I like that. I have tried mushrooms. I have tried LSD. I have tried truffles. And I guess that's it. I did not like them. And here's my reason as to why I didn't like them. I have a theory about psychedelics, okay? So my theory is this. I feel like psychedelics are a great tool for the type of people that emotionally are kind of like a rock. Like we all know them. They don't get too high, they don't get too low, they're just like a rock. I mean, they can't express themselves. They have a hard time tapping in with their emotions. They can't cry. I'm the opposite of that. It's very easy for me to share my feelings, my emotions. I'm very extroverted. I cried yesterday. Like I think I'm extremely in touch with my feelings. And so, for example, I am a hyper responder to stimulants. So, when I take coffee, caffeine hits me like cocaine. When I take coffee, I take off. I can take on the world. Like that's why in the gym I'm so intense because I take pre-workout and I'm literally walking around like I'm on crack and cocaine at the same goddamn time. Like I go the lulu, I lose it. I'm like right. On the other hand, there's people who will have 6 coffees a day and are still like, "Ugh," like they don't feel it. It's like, yo, what? We're not the same, right? Same way people can drink a ton of alcohol and feel like hungover, that they're not really hungover. I drink a ton of alcohol. I'm suicidal for 3 days, right? Same with weed. When I smoke weed, to me, weed is a psychedelic. It really is. Because when I smoke, I see things, dude. I like the mask comes off. I can see people's energy. Not making that up. I'm dead ass serious. I can tell if you're a good person when I smoke weed. I've hung out with people all fine, all good. I smoke. boom, everything changes because now I'm like I'm peaking. I see behind the mask. I see your energy. For a lot of people, leadership's like people will smoke weed and go hit the gym. So again, I figured out my weed high is not your weed high, dog. Like we're not the same here. Like I've seen people hit weed and then go and have a productive day, drive around in their car. Like it's like it's not the same. So I look at psychedelics as a figurative bazooka to basically allow people that are like a rock, emotionally, allow people that is like a fort in an emotional Fort Knox with 7 walls of defense around their heart and their mind. For them, to use psychedelics as a bazooka, to burst through that wall, to burst through those defenses, and for those suckers to finally feel something, like, thank God, you're feeling something, you're tapping into something. I just need a coffee for that. Give me a coffee and some acoustic piano in the morning, and I might cry, dog. Like, give me a coffee and some Whitney Houston. Like, that's all I need. I'll be writing a poem and shit. Like, I'm not even kidding. So when I took psychedelics, I feel like on a sensory level, I'm so sensitive, and my scanners are so sensitive that it's like you're basically, taking someone that has, like, one of those dogs that can hear things from 5 miles away. You're taking one of those dogs and you're putting it next to a boombox speaker that's all the way turned up. It's like that's how I feel when I take psychedelics. I get a sensory overload. I don't need that level of activation to feel anything. So um, all of my senses just get maxed out. They're just like, whoop. So I'm just like, whoa, like it's not enjoyable. There's no lesson for me in it. They're there because I'm just like completely overstimulated. So I think it's a very personal thing. I don't think it's for everyone. I think with me, psychedelics can literally break my brain. So I'm not into that. If I want a psychedelic experience, I just smoke a joint and I'm psychedelic as hell. I promise you, I promise you. Like, if I've heard some people talk about like their experience on ayahuasca and DMT, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I get when I smoke a joint, man. Like, so, and again, I hope you understand what I'm saying here, that that's truly how I feel and what I believe. So I'm not a big fan. Again, I think it's for people who are just not in touch. I'm super in touch with myself. I'm super conscious. I think about dying every single day. Like, I cannot be somewhere and listen to a song and not listen to the lyrics. There's millions of people out there who have never noticed a goddamn lyric in their life. That's the thing. Like, I'll be in the supermarket and I'll be like, some song is playing, and I'm just like, immediately, I can't help but like listen and analyze the lyrics. That's like a thing that I do. Hence, music being such a big thing for me. Hence, hip hop being such a big thing for me because I'm very into the words and stuff. Whereas a lot of pop is very repetitive and lame and superficial. Not to say hip hop is not superficial and repetitive these days. But my point is, there's so many people who are like, they'll never figure out the lyrics to a song because they don't go that deep. Most people don't go that deep with anything. They're just surface level, man. They're just kind of existing. I know I may sound like an asshole who's trying to, like, I'm different. I'm not like those girls, but like that's what I found in my years of living. Hey guys, I got some more thumbs though. We've been stuck on 33 for like 10 minutes now. We gotta get to at least 40, man. There's at least 7 people in here who hasn't hit that thumb. If you like the content, if you like the videos, man, I get it. You don't want to spend money. Hit the goddamn thumb, man. Don't be lazy. Don't be so like, don't be too cool for school. All right, hit the goddamn thumb. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, psychedelics. If you're like a stone, if you drink coffee and it doesn't affect you, if you listen to music but it doesn't matter, if you're one of those people who's like, oh, like old music, yeah, maybe psychedelics is for you. You're not that present, you're not that distinct about what you like. Damn, my camera is crashing. Shit. Can't believe this shit. Internal temperature too high. Well, I guess this time for me to quit, man. See, this is what happens when you don't hit the thumb, guys. The universe steps in and is like, fuck this shit. A lot of good questions though. Ever been in a fight? Yup. Well, let me get back to these. Yes, I'm natural, man. I'm very natural. You guys want me to keep going just on audio? Nah, I feel like that's not a good idea. I feel like that's not a good idea. Um, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to wrap it up. Good questions though. Let me take a screenshot of these, and I'll answer them in the next live. I'm gonna answer these. This is the end indeed, my friend. This is the end. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Thank you to the people who hit the thumb. It means a lot. I'm gonna have to check out now because my camera apparently overheated. So I took a screenshot of all the questions that remained because these are actually really good questions. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna get back to those. Appreciate you all. It was a sick ass live. Love it. Peace.